Alrighty. Good morning, guys. Morning. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Another week. Another week. More opportunity, right? Always another opportunity. All right, so I'm just waiting for some people to jump in, but good morning, guys. Today is Monday, June 27th. This is the last week of June, so this is like that week where you just want to, wrap up the month strong, end the trading month strong. That's the whole goal of this week, right? How was my weekend? Thank you for asking. What did I do this weekend? I hung out with friends mainly, helped my friend. One of my friends bought a house. And Coin Baby, how you doing? One of my friends bought a house, so I was helping him do some DIY. We put some stuff on the walls, did some of the framing on the walls and stuff like that. It was fun. I like doing that. I weirdly enjoy doing that stuff. So helped him with that, and then just sort of hung out, watched the Avalanche win. So that's good. I enjoyed watching Avalanche win, even though I'm from Florida. I did not want to see Tampa win again. So, unfortunately, the Rangers did not, but maybe next year Rangers will be there again. We'll see what happens. That's about it. No F1 this weekend. This weekend coming up, we have another F1 race in Silverstone, so that should be good. that's about it. Oh, and then the gala. One of my favorite golfers almost won, the Travelers. That was unfortunate. I don't know if anyone watched that golf tournament, but the gala messed up on hole 18. That sucked. But that was about it. Just relaxed and now ready reporting to duty again. So here we go. So today, June 27th, last week of the month, we have some interesting levels to watch out on the futures and some individual, there's an avalanche in Florida, yeah. And some individual stocks. And then also, guys, we have a pretty packed economic calendar this week. So this is going to be, the economic calendar is going to, I believe, either confirm or deny some of the upside that we're seeing here on the market. I have my own opinions on this upside, obviously, and we'll talk through a little bit of it. And then also with the big economic week that we have here on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, just a little bit questionable if we can really trust this when we have so much economic news coming up. And we'll look at it all today and sort of get a good idea on this Monday morning. So 27th, futures economic earnings calendar. Let's go ahead and pull up the economic calendar real quick just to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about here. We do have some pretty major stuff on the economic calendar. So today, not too much. Durable goods, core capital goods, pending home sales. Big for real estate. I always like to watch that, as you guys know. Tuesday, tomorrow, we have Fed presidents. Nothing crazy here. Home price index, more for real estate. Consumer confidence index. The big stuff starts coming in here on Wednesday and Thursday. So you have gross domestic income revisions, gross domestic product revisions, GDP revisions, right? That's important. That's very important here. And then you have 9 a.m. You have a big conference. You have Chair Jerome Powell. You have the Bank of England, BIS. I don't know what the BIS head is, but Andrew Bailey. And then you have it all at this ECB conference, right? So this is a lot of talking heads, right? A lot of talking heads here at 9 o'clock on Wednesday, which could definitely be market moving. So we have to watch out for that. After we have the conference, the ECB conference, we have Thursday, which is probably even more important. You have inflation expectations, right? You have inflation numbers. PCE inflation numbers. You have real disposable income, real consumer spending. This is important for the consumer numbers. And then you have jobless claims. So a lot of stuff, right? We have a lot of stuff there. So we have to watch out for that. Thursday and Wednesday, economic calendar is pretty packed. So we have to watch out for that to move this market. Would I be a swing trader into Wednesday and Thursday? Trying to guess which direction this goes. Not really. Bank for International Sentiments. Thank you, Wendell. I appreciate that. Always learning something from the chat. Thank you. All right, so just to keep you guys aware, I don't know which way it goes. I'm not here to tell you which way it goes. I'm not someone that's going to try to predict what happens. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to keep you honest, to keep you aware of what's going on, and that is definitely something that you need to watch out for. So, with that said, let's get back into our calendar. Shopify has been very bullish over the last few days. Really, the last week. As you guys know, I am someone that am buying Shopify. I continue to buy Shopify. I think Shopify is in a little bit of an accumulation phase. I'm liking what Shopify is doing right now, and I really don't mind putting in, a small percent of my portfolio here, going ahead and purchasing some shop shares. So that's my plan right now, just to keep you guys. Just to be transparent, I am a buyer of shop shares right now pretty aggressively, and it looks pretty good. I like what it's doing, and it's moving towards a supply at 400, so we have to watch out for that. Google, major supply level this morning. Have to watch out for that around 2,400. Tesla, 4-hour flag on Tesla. This looks interesting. We have it starting to break out. So you guys know we talked about that 4-hour flag on Tesla. And it's starting to break out. So I want to show you that today. Yeah, we do have the Shopify split coming up. Is that this? I think that's this week, right? That sucks for Shop, guys, because I've already talked to you about this, but it's gonna be like rest in peace to trading Shop contracts. They're gonna be so cheap. It's gonna suck. 628. So tomorrow, Shopify is tomorrow. Shop shares tomorrow, splitting. The contracts are going to go down to like pennies. The stock's going to go to like $30, $39, $40 a share, which is just going to be, Do I really want to trade shop contracts when they're under $1? Not really. You're going to have to buy a lot of them. Tesla 4-hour flag, Costco 490 level. That's going to be very interesting. I want to show you that. Apple 142 trying to turn into support. XLE, the XLE, the energy sector. We've talked about this buying opportunity, and it's starting to show some support down here. So I want to show you that as well. Amazon had a potential head and shoulders formation. It looks like it's potentially breaking it to the upside, but we have to see this level turn into support. So I want to share that with you today. And then finally, Microsoft had a very good week last week. 275 is the next supply that I want to share with you guys today to be aware of that level. So mostly tech here today, because I think it's in your best interest to be focusing on some of these really good tech names that are starting to find a little bit of strength. You know, we don't know if it's going to continue, but it is always, in my opinion, in your best interest to focus on, and especially on weeks like we've seen over the last week, potentially into this week, to focus on the good stuff. Does the good stuff push this market higher? That's what we need. We need the good stocks to push us higher. It doesn't matter what the crappy names are doing. Who cares what Roku's doing? Who cares what Peloton's doing? Who cares what Upstart's doing? Who cares what all these sub names are doing? We need to see the big boys start to move us higher. Does it hold? Does Apple? Does Microsoft? Does Nvidia start moving? Does Google start moving? Does Amazon get some strength? We need to see these quality tech names that are such a large part of this market start to catch some momentum. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's what I'm saying is in your best interest to look for. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. That's really what I'm going to focus on this whole week to see what these names start doing. So let's get started. Let's do it. Nasdaq. That is the first thing to be looking at, is the Nasdaq. 4-hour chart. All right, 4-hour chart. Let me delete this line because it sort of messes it up, but I'll show you why I have that line there. So here's the 4-hour chart, guys. Take this in for a second, sort of get an idea of where we're at, right? So 4-hour chart, this is February's lows, right? February's lows are right here. Let's take a step back and get an idea of where this market is currently trading, right? So February's lows are right here. 1, 2, February. It was April's lows as well. We slipped through that in April. We made new lows, right? We came back in May into early June and rejected that level, right around 13,000. So this level is like the biggest level that we can watch, 13,000. You have previous February lows, previous April lows that turned into resistance in late May, early June, right? So this is huge, this 13,000 level up here. We are creeping our way back towards that level. Why did we get the squeeze that we saw last week? Well, when you get over a major level that we have here on the screen, you're going to have a short squeeze. You're going to have shorts getting out of their positions. You're going to have buyers stepping in. It's going to be all buying, basically. Buyers trading the breakout, short sellers getting out of their shorts because they see that we are breaking a major level. And that was 11.8. That 11.8 break that we talked about for like 3 weeks, all right here, was what caused this move to happen, right? So do you trust this move? You can't trust it until you break something of significant importance. You can't trust it until you see a higher high build this market. You have still not seen a higher high, right? So you have to, I would still be cautious here, especially with the economic news that we have this week. So is this a short-term trading opportunity? Absolutely. Did I buy calls last week to trade some of it? Absolutely. I did trade it. As a trader, we take advantage of what's in front of us. We take advantage, and we're advantageous. We are opportunistic, right? As a trader, you have to be opportunistic. That's what you have to do. You can't sit back and say, no, I don't trust it, right? You got to take the opportunity that's in front of you. So we took some opportunity last week off that pretty nice squeeze. The reason I trusted it is because we got over the 11.8. That's why I went long Apple on Friday. That's why I went long Tesla on Friday. So we had some nice movement there. Now, where are we sitting? We are sitting in between this zone. We are right in between this high at 12.5 and this low at 11.8. So here is your zone that you are now trading in. Do we see a test of 12.5? I think that is possible, right? I think that Waka, I'm not going to be able to predict everything that happens here in the pre-market on the intraday basis. So unfortunately, if I did, I wouldn't be here sharing this live stream with you for free. But if I could, then I wouldn't be here. So you have a 12.5 resistance above, which is the next level that I'm watching. If the market stays strong today, then I think that you can probably move towards 12.5 right here. This is where I think you could see this market move to if you get more upside on this market. If you get a little bit more strength, maybe into Wednesday, maybe today and tomorrow, a little bit more upside, then I think you're moving into this 12.5. That's my target. You have a previous double top here, previous double bottom here, and that will definitely be the next supply zone to watch out for, guys. So 12.5, definitely a level on your charts, and then see for this move to the upside into that 12.5. So that's one, right? That's one right here, 12.5. Two would be, can we get over 12.5? Can we turn it into support? If we get over 12.5, turn it into support, that's quite bullish, guys, right? That would take some serious strength to see a break of 12.5, hold it as support, and start to curl back to the upside towards 13,000. If you see that, that's pretty bullish. Next would be the 12.5 rejection, right? Pushing the 12.5, reject off of it. That's something I'm watching as well. If we don't see any strength today, if we move lower today, where could we potentially find support? I think it is very possible to potentially see a 11.8 pullback and cause maybe a little bit of a break and retest here. This is possible as well, right? Pull back, turn the previous lows here at 11.8 into support once again, right here. So 11.8, possible pullback, back to 11.8, turn that previous low here, previous resistance here from FOMC, and turn that into support. That's your other option. Do we see a pullback? Do we hold 11.8? Right? So if we do see a pullback, you have to be careful of that 11.8, right? If you're starting to buy puts and the Nasdaq is trading towards this 11.8, you have to be careful. This is potentially turning into a demand zone. So 11.8 is a big level for me. 12.5 is a big level for me. We are trading in between. It's not going to be very, very easy to call what happens as we trade in between these zones, right? Here and here should be interesting. The next level that I'm watching and the level that we're starting to reject here in the pre-market, which I will share with you, it's a short-term level. I don't think it's very major, but here's your next level. Here's your level that we're starting to reject today, guys. It's right here at these consolidation zones. Here and here. It's right in this general area. See this consolidation here and this consolidation here? That is where we're starting to show a little bit of rejection today. So this is like a minor level that I'm watching. It's anywhere between 11.3 and 11.250, right in here. This is a minor level that is going to be on my watch today. You can see we're starting to reject it right now. So you have this consolidation here, you have this consolidation here, and it looks like it could react towards this level around the 12.2, 12.3, right in that general zone. So if we get over that, then I think you're getting your shot towards 12.5, which is these previous lows. But as you can see, guys, it's not going to be easy to call within this channel. You can see we're right in between two major levels, 12.5 and 11.8. Pretty wide channel. We're going to have to see how that trades today. Today is probably the day where we get an idea of where the next structure is. Where's the next resistance? Where's the next support? Today is probably the day where we see that build. So that's the Nasdaq, 12.5, 11.8, big range. We got to be careful within that range. ES. So the ES is heavily underperforming. Now, why is the ES heavily underperforming? Because the ES has more than just technology, right? So the ES has healthcare. The ES has consumer staples. The ES has energy. The ES has different sectors that are underperforming right now, specifically and probably mainly energy. Energy has been very weak over the last few weeks, and that is why the push on the ES has not been as strong as the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is getting pretty close to these lows here from June, right? If we go to Nasdaq, we can see that from these lows in early June to where we are now, it's just about 2.5%. If we go to the ES, we can see that we are just about 4% from these June lows. So the ES is about 1.5 to 2% off the Nasdaq strength right now. And that is because the energy sector, some other sectors within the S&P have been underperforming. So you have an ES that's underperforming right now. So you have to be aware of that. We're looking at some levels here on the ES, 3,900 and 4,100. If you are looking for bullishness, you need to see 3,900 hold, guys. You can't see the ES give up 3,900 again. If the ES gives up 3,900 again, you are right back below these lows. This needs to turn into support. If you pull back today, you need to see 3,900 hold as some type of support. That's a must. Because if we give up 39, we are right back to where we started. We are right back below May's lows. We are right back to turning the May's lows into resistance. So you have to see 3,900 hold if you get a pullback. If you hold the 3,900, then and you have some strength on some other sectors such as energy, healthcare, consumer staples, then maybe you start to see the ES start to push higher. The level that I would watch is 4,100, and then 4,000 would probably be my psychological level to watch, right around this 4,000. 4,000, 4,100. See what happens if we get that push. It's day one, right? This is why I always say this to the chat on Mondays. A Monday for me is sort of data. It's, we're collecting data on a day like today. We're collecting data on a Monday. What's the market want to do today? It's a new week. Does the market want to sell off? Does the market want to show strength? Where are the next levels to watch? Where are the next minor, supply and demand levels intraday? We need to use Monday as a day to sort of set up our week. So it's a little bit difficult, right? Coming into this chart after a weekend and sort of pointing out the exact levels. Today is sort of a question mark. So we're inside these zones. Let's see where the market sort of finds its levels, and then let's use that into the remainder of this week. But for right now, I'm watching 3,900, 4,100 to the upside, and we just need to see if the ES continues to underperform or starts to catch a bid if we start to see some strength on other sectors. So 3,900 would be the level you need to hold, in my opinion, today if you want to see the S&P 500 continue higher. The Dow, you can see right here, is over this previous low, 31,300. So that's what I'm watching, 31,300 on the Dow. That's sort of like your 3,900 on the ES. If you fall back below this 31,300, then you're probably going to slip back to the downside. So that's sort of my ES 3,900 level, right there at 31.3 on the Dow. Upside resistance is those same June lows, right? How far is the Dow off the June lows? It's about 3.16%. So the Dow is underperforming as well. We saw industrials get absolutely killed last week. You have Caterpillar that got absolutely demolished on Thursday, and you had John Deere get really beat up. So you had these industrials get beat up, which is not helping the Dow. It's definitely underperforming as well. Russell, sort of in this channel, broke above this resistance point, the FOMC high. You're sort of in the channel between 1,800 and 1,750. So just be careful in that channel. 1,800 is your next supply zone up above, right here. So ES20 SMA, on the daily. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Good call. Smiked. Good call there. I think I pointed that out. I just took the SMAs off my chart this morning just to get a clean look. But yeah, 20 SMA on the ES right there, guys. You're tapping it this morning, right? And if you go to the Nasdaq, you can see we are above the 20 SMA. So Nasdaq above the 20, trading around 12,070. ES sitting right at the 20, right under it, starting to find a little resistance. The 20 is at 39.40. So keep an eye on that as well. Thanks for pointing that out, Smike. All right, guys, that's the futures. If you guys want to get the futures levels that I'm watching in a text format every single day for free, check out the link down below. It says free technicals. All right, Shopify. We'll go back to the futures at the end to do a little recap, but let's continue. So Shopify 4-hour chart. I think you're in an accumulation phase. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what that means. It's basically higher volume in a stock that's going sideways. That's accumulation. You guys can see the volume is increasing on Shopify. You guys see how the volume here has increased as we've gone sideways? This to me is accumulation. This is a lot of people buying shares basically, and the stock sort of staying sideways. I like this. This is bullish to me. I could be wrong. This is one of those, Shopify to me is one of those 10, 20, 30 year out plays that I'm getting a beautiful chance as a young adult to try to average into and potentially turn into a very nice investment. That's how I'm looking at this. I'm finding a stock that I think has a good future, that's spending a lot on CapEx, and that's why the stock fell tremendously. That has been discounted a substantial amount since its highs, which is like 85%. And if I can accumulate some shares here, not put myself into a scary situation, just put in a small percent of my portfolio and start to accumulate shares here for 10, 20 years down the road, I like this as an opportunity. I'm taking the opportunity, right? And I think that's what's happening here. You think you're getting accumulation on Shopify, volume is increasing, stock staying pretty stable, and you're starting to get a little upside here. So if I look at the 4-hour chart, you guys can see that we are getting towards a previous supply zone up here at 400. This is going to be a little difficult to get through in my opinion, but if we do, that could really start a little bit of a push here. So watching these highs, you have previous lows around this 410, 420. It rejected here, it rejected here, it rejected around 400 here, and rejected 400 here. So you're trading at just at like $390 today in the pre-market. And I like this for a potential push into that supply. Does it get through it this time? I'm not sure. But either way, I'm liking this shop upside. Let's see what it can do as the supply, guys. If Shopify can break and retest this level, I am going to be very bullish on that break and retest. If we can turn this previous resistance, that was previous support, into resistance and turn that into support again here on Shop, I like that for a buy. So that would be my buy signal for like significant buys and like trading it to the upside. I need to see it break and hold this previous supply as demand. I need to see that turn into support right around this 413, 420. That's a nice buy signal right there. So that's what I'm watching on Shop. Has had some pretty nice strength over the last few days, guys. So keep an eye on that. And we have the split coming up, so be aware of that as well. My only concern here, and I'll share with you guys sort of what I'm talking about on Shop. If you get a good idea of all products, let's go to the Shop options chain. This is going to be the problem with Shopify. So let's take, for example, today's 390 calls are trading at $18.20, right? That's the at-the-money call. It's going to be changed at market open, of course, but let's just take it at, Friday's close. It's $18.20, right? When there's a split, you divide the options contracts the same as the stock split. So we would be taking 18.20. Obviously, it's just easy math, but I'm just going to do it. 18.20 divided by 10. So your at-the-money options prices are going to be like $1.80, $2 at the most on Shopify moving forward. If you go out of the money, if you guys trade out of the money, you're going to see under sub $1 option premiums on Shopify after this splits. I'm not someone that loves trading sub $1 option premiums. I have to buy, if I want to get a $10,000 position in something, I need to buy 100 option contracts. That's $100 commission for me. That's a lot. So am I that pleased and happy about this becoming split? Am I happy about these option prices getting split by 10? Not really, guys. But we'll have to see how that sort of works out. Let's move on. Google. All right, so Google is also at this very major level coming into this week. So we have to see what happens here. You guys can see previous resistance, and Google is sitting right there at 2,400. What does Google do at 2,400 today? That is my main watch. What does Google do at 2,400 today? Does Google get through the 2,400? And if it does, you could probably see that pretty quick move towards this next low at 2,500. So this is a major watch for me this week. What does Google do through 2,400? Does it get through? Does it reject? You can see very clearly. You have two previous rejections right here at this level. You are trading right at it at market open today. Do we see this? Or do we see us get through? That is, as I say, almost every stream here. I'm not sharing this because I think it's going to go a single direction. I'm sharing it here because it's going to present opportunity, right? We are absolutely going to find opportunity at this 2,400 level. So 2,400 is either going to give you a very nice rejection or you're going to see some momentum through it. Either way, you should be watching Google at 2,400. Tesla. Nice little flag on Tesla, except, let's here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at it as someone that has tunnel vision. So we're going to do the wrong thing first. We're going to look at it as if someone has tunnel vision, and then we're going to zoom out and tell you why you need to be careful here. So let's be tunnel vision first. Let's look at this. This is looking at something in tunnel vision, right? So you can see, 4-hour flag breaking out. Love that, right? Looks good. You can see the downtrend. You can see the flag that's formed. The 4-hour flag's there. You got a nice push above it, and you're starting to break that flag. So this would say, there's probably some nice upside here, and there probably is. And I do. This is definitely a watch for me today. Next level would be 766, 770, and then this would be your 790 previous high. 4-hour flag on Tesla, starting to break out. Definitely worth a watch. Now, if we zoom out, we have to be careful of that 790 level. You guys can clearly see how heavy this level is going to be. This entire zone is going to be very heavy between 760 and 790. You can see all of this support. You have support here. You have a big support here. This was a really ugly wick low. I don't really count this. This is sort of an anomaly here. But you have a previous low, a previous low, a previous low, right? You have a rejection. You have a rejection. You have a rejection. You have a rejection, and what happens as we approach that zone again, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So, am I going to buy Tesla calls without any type of regard for what is above? No, I have to understand that you have a major supply up here on Tesla between 760 and 790. You can clearly see it here on the chart. We need to be careful trading into this zone. Of course, I'm going to try to take advantage if I see Tesla upside out of this flag, but I want to protect myself and be a profit taker through this zone. If I start to see us lose some steam into this 760, 790, where we have rejected multiple times in the past, then I have to make sure I am protecting my portfolio. I can't just irrationally buy in here and just say, it's going to go up, because we have to make sure we know that is supply. So 760 to 790, big area on Tesla, guys. Watch out for this area. I'm not saying it can't get through, but I'm just saying to be cautious. Okay, Costco. Sort of like in Costco here. You can see Costco's held up very nicely. It wasn't able to break down as I thought it would, so I'm flipping my bias here. You have a very nice push to the upside, very nice support hold right there, right? So very nice support hold. Here's my idea here. If the XLP starts to come back from its downside move, right? Here's the XLP. Let me get a little bit more time here. If the XLP continues this bounce that we have seen, right? You can see the XLP starting to bounce. If we continue this bounce on the XLP, then I think Costco is going to want to come back as well and follow that XLP higher through this 490 level. So I am watching this 490 level very closely on Costco. If I go to the 4-hour chart, you guys can see it right here, right? You have some higher lows being built right there. You have Costco coming up into this 490. I need to see this. I need to see this. I need to start seeing it hold this support. And then I need to see this continue. This is definitely a watch for me. I'm watching to see if Costco wants to break this 490. If the XLP continues to find strength. If it does, I like Costco through 490 for upside. If we don't see strength on XLP, if we see it reject, then I like Costco back towards this trend line, right? So either way, As I always say, these key levels are going to present opportunity to either direction. You have a key level here, you have a key level here, and you're coming into another key level. Whether you like that long or short, that's up to you. That's up to your trading style. And just, you're going to find opportunity here. You're either going to see a nice rejection or you're going to see a little break and retest and then a little upside opportunity, a little upside squeeze over this rejection point. So either way, watching Costco at 490, getting very interesting here. I would watch this. Okay, that's Costco. Apple. So Apple turned a previous rejection point into support last week, which we do like to see. I will show you that right now. So right here, guys, you can see that we had previous rejections all here at 142. Let me point that out for you. All right here, 142, 142. Very nice rejection points from, what is that? Late May. Rejection, rejection, rejection. We got through it eventually. We fell back below it. We are now coming up into that level. Now, if we look at 142 on the short-term time frames, look at what it's doing this morning. So, we have to see Apple, in my opinion, try to hold this 142 level today if you want to remain bullish on Apple. I think you need to see it hold that 142 level, because if it doesn't, let me go back and get more time here. If you don't hold that 142 level, you're going to be right back within this chop fest. This is a major chop fest in here. So you can see if we're under 142, you're going to see 142 to 138, just a complete chop fest here. Very possible. Look at what it's done in the past. It's very possible to see it happen again. So if you want to see Apple continue, you have to hold 142. If you give up 142, I could see this giving back and sort of trading in this channel again. So watch out for that 142. What's Nasdaq doing? Yeah, so it's starting to reject that previous level here, right? So Nasdaq around that 12,260, starting to show a little bit of rejection, right? Right there at 12,260. That was that minor level we talked about, right? We'll go over that again at the end of the stream. All right. XLE. So we talked about XLE as a potential buying opportunity. I haven't seen a green day yet, so that's why I haven't taken it. You guys can see here, XLE, nice little triple bottom, previous support, previous resistance, into support, and where are we at again? We are right back at that level. Is this a buying opportunity for another push to the upside on XLE? Just like we saw here, and just like we saw here. This was about 12%. This was about 25%. This could potentially be another 25% move if you get your bounce here, right? If history repeats itself. I'm not saying it will, but that's what I'm watching. For me, I need to see 74 break on the XLE before I go bullish energy. I think I need to see these wick highs. Maybe you even bring it up to like 74.50, or if you want to be safe, 75. I need to see some of these previous highs, these previous rejection points break through. You can see rejection here, rejection here, rejection here at 74. I need to see this break. I need to see something like this, all right, before I can go long energy. I'd rather not involve myself in this chop fest down here. I don't want to sit and draw down. I'd rather wait for it to show strength, right? I don't care to be the first one in this play. It doesn't matter to me. Like if I miss from here to here, I'm not gonna be mad that I missed from here to here. So waiting for this breakout saves me from potentially being wrong here and seeing another rejection. So if I'm waiting for the breakout, if I'm waiting for it to show me strength, retest it, hold it as support, then I'm giving myself a higher probability trade as previous resistance just turned into support. Then I take it. I don't care if I missed a few percent of upside. If you bought it here and you were right, you just took a very aggressive trade, right? You got maybe an extra. You got an extra 3.5% on XLE. Whereas if you just waited for the break and retest, you probably get a much higher probability trade, and you still get a very nice percent gain. Just waiting for that to show its strength. So confirmation for me is not there to the upside on XLE yet. but it is starting to give me the idea. And why is that? Because you're starting to hold this demand. You're at least starting to hold this demand. All right, if we go to the 4-hour chart, you can see the demand is starting to hold, but we need to wait for some type of confirmation here. That's what I'm waiting for. The confirmation, the breakout of that resistance, and then I look to play it. So worth a watch, guys. I'm not saying energy is going to bounce. I'm just saying watch out for that level. That's a very interesting area. Okay. Amazon looks just like it looks like the perfect head and shoulders, right? That's really what it looks like. The neckline is down here, obviously around 101, but you have the left shoulder around 115, 116. Amazon sort of got through that head and shoulder, their left shoulder level. You can see it got through it here in the pre-market this morning. But do you trust that? Would you still consider this a head and shoulder formation? You could, right? If we fall right back under 115, 116 here, you could absolutely consider this still a head and shoulder formation, in my opinion. If we fall right back below this level, this could be your left shoulder, that's your head, and here's your right shoulder. Very possible if the market is weak. If the market's strong, then you're looking for a break, you're looking for a retest, and you're looking for this left shoulder level to turn into support. If you find strength on the Nasdaq, then you need to see us hold this 115, 116 on Amazon and start to turn that into upside. If you see weakness on the Nasdaq, weakness on the overall market, and you fall back under this left shoulder, then you're probably looking for this to be a head and shoulder formation and playing this back to the downside. So watch out for this chart. Very defined head and shoulder here. What happens at this left shoulder level? It's right around 115.50, 116. So watch out for that, guys, on Amazon. All right, Microsoft. So Microsoft had a very nice week last week. You guys can see that right here. Microsoft got above that level there. You're looking at this huge supply on Microsoft, all in this zone between 176 and right around 172. All in here, guys. You can clearly see it, right? You have support. If that works. Support. You have it here. 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 And look at this level again. I mean, it doesn't get much. It doesn't get much more important than this zone right here, right? I mean, how many times can you touch this zone? How many times can this zone be of importance? I mean, this is a ton. This is probably one of the more important levels I've seen on a stock in a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and potentially 10 touches of this level within this year. So you are moving back into it. Do you buy calls here and say, I don't care, Microsoft's going up, I think the Nasdaq's bullish, I think we rally into end of year, I'm buying calls on Microsoft, I don't care about the supply. That is how you lose money, right? That is how you lose money. So for me, you need to see this get through this level before you can be bullish on Microsoft. You have to see it get above this level. You need to see us break this, turn it into support, start to show that this level wants to be a demand zone rather than be supply. And then you can maybe see if Microsoft can get more upside. But if I just traded off of levels, if I traded off what's happened in the future, I would be a little bit more biased to this being a very difficult level to get through, right? If I've just seen what's happened in the past, over the last year, how many times we have touched this level, either supported it or rejected it, we are trading below it. To me, that looks like a pretty damn difficult level to get through. That's going to be something I have to watch out for. So watch out for Microsoft, guys. 272 to 276. It's about a 4-point range that has been tested many times. So watch out for that on Microsoft. That's a very interesting level to monitor to see if there's a rejection or a very nice breakthrough if it gets through. So big level on Microsoft. Keep that on your charts, guys. All right, that's what I had. Let's go over the Nasdaq real quick one more time, and then we'll go over the charts that you guys want to look at. So make sure to pop those in the ticker, the tickers that you guys can submit. Let's take a quick look at the Nas here. I want to look at where it's rejecting. So let's take the 90-day, 1 hour. Okay. So yeah, you're sort of you're rejecting this minor zone here on the Nas. It's this little consolidation zone from, what is this? This is the 26th of May. This is the 9th and 10th of June. And you can see it's starting to reject just a little bit at that level. So right here, right here, and then right here. So watch out for this, guys. Right around 12,250, you're getting your rejection point from the previous Nas levels right here. 1, 2, starting to reject a little bit. Do you see maybe a pullback to 11.8? Maybe it's a retest, possibly, right? If you want to see this market move higher with real strength, with real continuation, with something of structure, then you want to see us pull back to 11.8. You want to see that. You want to get the bulls excited. I'm going to give you the scenarios. I'm not bullish or bearish. Just remember that. I am just a advantageous trader right now. Wherever it goes, I will buy it. Wherever it goes, I will trade it. Here's how you get there to be bullishness on this market. You get a pullback to 11.8. You get people shorting the hell out of it, right? All the bears coming back out of their caves, telling all the bulls how dumb they are, right? And then you get this to hold 11.8, and then you get all the squeeze once again. You get all the bears jumping in here, telling the bulls how dumb they are, right? Then you get a hold at 11.8, and you do a little bottom, and then you start to squeeze again. All these shorts get taken out, and people start buying off the retest. That's how you actually go higher. That's how you actually go higher. If you just continue to squeeze here and just rock it higher without a pullback, that's how you come back down and make new lows. Because it's just a weak, short squeeze bounce that no one trusts. So if you want to see a strong move on this market, you get a pullback, you get people to short into it, you hold it as support, and then you retest it and you push higher once again. Does that happen? I don't know. We'll have to see. But that's what I would watch for if you actually want to see this continue. All right. Let's go over the stocks you guys want to look at. Here we go. All right. Number 1, J&J. I like how this list is starting. I don't see any dumb stocks on here. We already went over Amazon. We already went over Costco. All right. We got a decent list today. Good job. J&J. So this is going to come down to the XLP, right? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize this. Damn. Yeah, guys. So we might have to monitor XLP this. I think we all should be monitoring the XLP this week. This is a pretty nice push on J&J. Damn. J&J and the XLP or XLV? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. XLV, this is healthcare. My bad, guys. So XLV, J&J, look at that push. Here's the XLV. Healthcare, we all know, has had a very nice rally. You can see right here, nice rally on XLV. We've talked about this. UNH had a nice push. AbbVie had a nice push, right? And look at J&J. So if that healthcare strength continues, watch out for all three of those continuation. Yes, I would watch that. So you have it over the 180. I mean, really, you're just looking at the next level you're watching is all-time highs, which is pretty crazy to say, but you are there. You are there. 187. If this XLV strength continues, if you get more upside on the healthcare sector, J&J is probably going to see all-time highs. Right? It's the largest part of that sector. So J&J, UNH, AbbVie would be my top watches if healthcare stays hot. All right, Lilly, another XLV name, I believe. Let me see the weight of it. Lilly is number 5 in the XLV, so weighted number 5. All-time highs. Wow, that's crazy. I did not realize this. There's a bull market somewhere. There's always a bull market somewhere, right? And it looks to me as though it is the healthcare sector. There is a bull market somewhere, and it is clearly the healthcare sector. Eli Lilly, all-time highs. Damn. I didn't realize that. Just look for this continuation. Whoever put this in the thing, look for continuation on the healthcare sector. If you get more upside on healthcare, Lilly's going to be a leader of it. Lilly is a number 5 of the XLV. Crazy. All right, Pinduoduo. What an interesting name that is. I would watch out for a rejection right here at 75. Right here, right here. You rejected it right here. I would watch out for a rejection of 75. Yeah, PFE is big too. So watch for that PFE. Maybe a little flag, right? Little flag right there. Watch out for that. It's a very nice demand hold at 46, right? I would watch out for that as well. But Pinduoduo, yeah, just watch the 75. That's a very big rejection point. Snow, yeah, big break on Snow last week. I don't know, I'm sure you guys are, if you're part of the live stream, you know we were covering this one. Look at that breakout on Snow. That's a legitimate break right here, guys. This is sort of what I'm talking about. If I could illustrate what I'm talking about on us breaking some levels and making higher lows, similar to what I was talking about on the XLV. Remember how I said I wanted to see it break that previous rejection point? Snow is a great example of this. This is a great example of what I'm talking about. Look at how it broke the previous pivot high. See how you had your pivot high right here at the little double top high? It broke through it, right? This is what I want to see on some of these stocks to actually get bullish. Break these previous highs, make new higher lows, and start to get onto a little bit of a trend. So I like the start here on Snow. This is a nice break. I personally would need a pullback before entering. I would want to see this come back, turn these previous highs into support. I'm putting an alert here. I'm putting a alert at or below 140.50. If I see this stock come back to these previous highs and turn it into support, I am interested. So yeah, I would look for a pullback. Datadog, just sort of channeling, needs to break over this previous low, 120. I need to see Datadog get out of this channel before sort of being bullish there. Tesla, we did. Zoom. Zoom, so here, that Snow chart can basically explain to you guys what I want to see on everything. So you guys see what Snow did? Let me make sure everyone understands what I'm talking about here. You see how Snow broke these previous highs? Broke through it? This is what you need to see on almost every stock, guys. You need to see that exact same thing. You need to see Zoom break these previous highs, come back to it, hold it as support, and then you can start your trend. You have to get through these previous highs. You can't trade this bullish until you see the breaks of the previous highs. You need to see new highs be created. So Snow is a great example of what you need to see for there to be upside. So just think about that on every stock you see that has a high to the left side, which is almost every single stock similar to Target. I'm not getting bullish on Target until I see a break of this channel high right here. If I see Target break here, pull back, boom. That's what I'm looking for. Until then, I'm not interested in it at all. It's in a channel. It's going to chop you up to death. Walmart, same thing. Same exact thing. You need to see a break of the channel high. You need to see it turn it as support, and you need to see this continue. But you got to break the channel high. Same exact thing. CVX is the trade I would take if the XLE starts to bounce. If the XLE finds strength, if the energy sector starts to bounce on us, then I would look for CVX off this 140 level right here. If the energy sector bounces, I would look for CVX off 140. OVV, I'm not sure what this is. If I was just looking at it, I would assume it's an energy stock just from the way the chart's trading. Yes, it is. You can tell by just looking at the chart these days. But yeah, so 42 right here, right? You got to hold there. If the energy sector bounces, that should bounce as well. Dollar Tree. What's Dollar Tree been up to? Really hasn't been up to much here. You need the XLP to move. You need consumer staples to move. AbbVie, we sort of went over. Just watch the XLV continuation and watch rejection at 155. XLV continuation and possible rejection at 155. Coop, I'm not sure what this is. Copa. This isn't an intense downtrend. Holy crap. I would not buy it until this downtrend breaks, or you sell it off the downtrend. All right, last but not least, Adobe. Adobe's starting to push into this previous rejection point. So watch out for that. You need to get out of this rejection point. I wouldn't feel comfortable going bullish on Adobe until I saw this. If you wanted to protect yourself, I would look for this. Break of these previous double top highs. If you want to try to get aggressive, then maybe you try to play it into that. But this is a potential previous low into resistance here, so watch out for that. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Let's go to the Nasdaq real quick. Just get a quick reminder of where we're at on the NQ. You can see the NQ is rejecting this previous consolidation at 12,250, so watch out for that rejection today. Look at for 11.8 to hold as support. 12.5 is the next resistance point. On the ES, you can see we're rejecting this previous consolidation right here around that 39.40, 39.50. 3,900 has to hold. If you lose 3,900, you're going to move back to the downside, guys. You got to see 3,900 hold today on the ES. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you guys for being here. If you could take 1 second and press the like button. We have 200 likes on this video. That is really bad. If you guys could just press the like button, show your appreciation. If you enjoy the video, if you like to be here, I'm assuming some of you do because you're watching. So if you could, just scroll down, tap the like button. It's completely free. It shows me that you're enjoying, helps spread the videos out to more people, helps this channel grow. That would be very much appreciated. So press the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay tuned for more. If you want to trade live with me every single day, link is down in the description below. If you want to get the levels that I post here for free on the futures, it says free technicals down below. It's a free Discord chat where I screenshot and share my analysis on the futures contracts for free. You can upgrade within that group if you want to get my individual stock analysis, if you're interested. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Be safe. Don't be dumb. Have a great day. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.